Okay, so we're here on Area 52. I'm gonna give you guys my quick tutorial on how to get a set of gear that'll get you into doing endgame content on Ascension WoW. Because there's a lot of different ways to do it. Some are better than others. I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it, but it's a very easy solo method, which is the most important part. You don't have to have anybody carry you or boost you. You don't have to sit in dungeon queues or you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be in a guild or anything to do this. You can literally hit level 70 and you could start doing this while you're butt naked. It's going to be a lot harder if you are butt naked, but it's an option. So this guide is going to kind of go into how to get ready for raids and Mythic Plus dungeons. So this first part is going to be a little why would I do it? But just bear with me. Bear with me, okay? Trust the process, all right? The first thing you're going to do at 70 is you're going to find this big warboard, okay? There's one in Orgrimmar too, right in front of the bank, right? Hard to miss them. You're going to click on it. You're going to go to PvP, and then you're going to find the battleground one, and you're going to accept it. You're going to accept the battleground one. Okay, so we won the battleground. What you're going to do now is you're going to leave, and then you'll see that this quest is complete. But here's the important part, right? You see how I have 33,000 honor? When I come here and I turn this quest in, I now have 63,000 honor. So every time you turn this quest in, and as you can see, my add-on had already turned it in and picked it back up for me. You can do this multiple times, and every time you win a battleground, you get the honor from the BG, you get the honor from winning, and then you get 30,000 extra honor for turning that quest in. What you're going to do from there, once you got a bunch of honor saved up, like I do, you're just going to teleport to Shattrath or Hearth to Shat. You're going to get to Shat however you can. Once you're here, we're actually just going to go straight to our left. If you're Alliance, if you're Horde, you'll spawn over there and you'll want to come up here to the Alliance board and take a right. Right out here, you'll see this tent with these guys. And what you're going to want to do, and remember what I said already, bear with me, because I know we're gearing up for Mythics. I know we're gearing up for Raids, okay? I get that. We'll get there. Bear with me. You're going to buy this gear, okay? It's PvP power. It's, you know, you're not going to be able to do Raids and Mythics with this. But it has 146 item level. And then, if you go to the off pieces, these are all actually 156 item level. So once you get your full PvP honor set, not only will you have like decent gear if you want to go high risk farming or just whatever, just PvP in general, try arenas or whatever, you'll have a really, really high item level. And we're going to get to why that's important here in a second, and the main method for getting ready for Mythic Zeros or higher than that even, and Raids comes next. But I do want to mention there is an alternative method to where you can skip BGs, like, oh, if you hate Battlegrounds with a passion, or if you can't win, or the honor's taking too long to grind, all you're going to do is open the auction house. Now, in the auction house, you can actually buy some pretty cool gear with really high item levels. You're just going to set the level range to 70, and you're just going to scroll a little bit, because usually the stuff up here is garbage. But like you can see, for example, let's find a piece of gear real quick. Let's go head. We'll find a good head. 121, that's not cutting it. Here you go, 154, 85 gold. Pretty expensive. 154.75 gold. If you like window shopping, man, you can sit here all day. 162 item level for 70 gold. Okay? All that's important is that you hit a certain item level threshold. Now, the way you can check your item level threshold is you come over to this person and you switch to high risk. Now, you can see that when I'm in high risk, it says my treasure hunter is set to Zola Man. That's not good enough to start gearing yet. Remember how I said we're going to talk about how you actually get your mythic gear and your raid gear? Yeah, this is not good enough, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get naked, and then we're going to go in here, and then this is my PvP set that I have on standby from when, you know, I run arenas, and we're just going to equip it. And what you'll notice is when we equip this gear, the gear that you should have by now, it'll say that we have Treasure Hunter Sunwell. So you can do it from PvP. You can get this from Bloodforge gear off the auction house. You can literally get it any way you want, okay? You just need this, Treasure Hunter Sunwell Plateau. Once you got that, I'll show you exactly what you do once you get this high. Actually, as a disclaimer, we are about to go into the open world, so if you still see this buff, shut it off. shut it off. You're going to be out there by yourself, and if someone kills you, you might lose your gear. So make sure you don't actually have that treasure hunter buff. You don't need the treasure hunter buff. We're just checking to make sure that we have a high enough item level to receive Sunwell gear. Do not go out into the open world with that buff unless you want to fight other people and possibly lose your items. So now that we've shut that off, we have the no risk buff. Okay, so look for that. Make sure you have the no risk buff. That means you're safe, and we can get into this next part. What we're going to do for this next part is we're going to go back to the call board we referenced earlier, and we're just going to click the PvE tab here on the left. We're going to grab, like, almost all of them. If they have, like, they'll change every day. You're not going to have the same names as me. But these weirdly named ones we want to grab, like Devouring the Void, Wanted Nexus. See, these Dungeon Diver ones, you don't need these. You got to run a dungeon, you got to run a heroic, you got to run a mythic, you got to run a mythic plus. The whole point of this video is that you're going to do all the gearing by yourself. You don't need that. Once you have all these, let me get this out of the way. Once you have all these, you can hit M, and you can right click out to Outland, and then usually you can tell where it is by reading them, like Ethereum books. I would guess it's a Netherstorm. Surely enough it is. But if you don't know where it's at, you know, just click around until you see, oh, there's my quest objectives. Now we're going to go there with all of these quests with no risk mode enabled and with our high item level gear on. You don't have to have your high item level gear on yet, but I mean, it's probably your best gear. So just bring that with. All right. Now that we're over here, what you're going to want to do is literally just these quests, like just do the quests. The easiest one to do actually, which I'll explain a little more in detail, is the wanted quests. You could do all of these. Like if you're really trying to get your gear right now and get your Black Temple set bonus right now, you would do all of them. But if you don't feel like doing all the quests and you want to do it the kind of easier, fast way, you'll come over here to the wanted quest. Usually there will be a group of people here. Like as you can see, this person's waiting to do it, so I'll do it with them. But usually there will be a group of people here to kill them, because usually it takes a group of people to kill them. And you'll kill the boss, you'll complete the quest, and if you're lucky, somebody will have what's called a callboard, and they can literally place the thing down where you turn the quest in and grab them from. So, you know, if somebody has that callboard, they'll drop it, and you'll just kill them, turn it in, kill them, turn it in, and basically that will lead to you getting a ton of these callboard caches really fast, which is what we're farming. Let's see if he's ready. You ready? Okay, well, even if he's not, I think I'm geared enough to just, like, 1v1 this guy. Oh, he is ready. Good, because I might not be able to 1v1 this guy. Feign death, so he can tank a little bit, too. Oops, I'm too far away to hit it. Okay, there we go. And now that quest is done. You guys, like I said, if you're really interested in getting your gear, go do all of them. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do this one real quick just to show you guys the example. So now we're going to return to a city, whether it's Chat, Stormwind, or Org, doesn't matter. You're going to turn your quest in. You'll get a callboard cache. Actually, you get 2, by the way, for the wanted quest, which is also sick. I forgot about that. And then just to show you an example of how you're going to be gearing up super quickly now, right click. That's garbage. That's Black Temple tier gear, 134 item level. See, I have the 5/5 Sky Shatter set from Black Temple, which is 134. So I'm assuming this also comes from Black Temple or maybe Mount Hyjal, whatever. 134, 120. Okay, so I didn't get any set pieces. And as you can see, sometimes you do get like 120 item level, like Mythic 0 gear. It's kind of whatever. Actually, is this just Mythic? I don't know. This might just be Mythic instead of Mythic 0. I'm not sure. But it, you know, gives you 134 gear like crazy, as you can see, and you're actually capable of pulling the tier pieces, which is pretty important. And then even when you do this method and get gear that you don't actually want, you still make a lot of money off selling the loot. Like I just made 25 gold. And then once you've done this method for a while, you end up with a bank that kind of looks like mine. Like here's 4 of the 5-piece set for the healer shaman set. Here's 4 of the enhancement shaman set, 4 of the warlock set. You can see I got 5/5 warrior damage set, 5/5 warrior defense set, 5/5 hunter set, 5/5 whatever, 5/5. Like, you can just see this is all 134 item level 5/5 Black Temple set pieces, all PVE. None of it's blood forged. Once you hit that item level threshold and start doing those PVE dailies, you just open the caches, and there's a chance that you can pull this gear from them. It's also a pretty good way to make money. But most importantly, in my opinion, it's like the most streamlined way to get into like Mythic Plus, you know? Because you've seen it before. I don't know if I showed it or not, but like I've got this from one of those caches. I got both my rings from a cache as well. So you'll get like off pieces from those caches, as well as like the set pieces, the 5/5 set pieces. So you could literally head to toe get 134 item level, which is basically what I did. Like here's a 134 wand I pulled, a 134 neck, 134 boots, 134 wrists, rings, and then a cape, and then the 5/5 set on top of it. And then I've been doing Mythic Plus now that I have like a 130 item level set, so I do have some other like Mythic Plus pieces. But yeah, I mean, you just don't really need a group. The battleground queues are fast. The honor's even faster if you get a little win streak going. It's just a really streamlined way to do it. I feel like a lot of people get confused, and they try to queue up for heroics, or they try to queue up for like regular mythics, and the queues take forever and they don't get any good gear. This is just way faster than that, dude. If you don't have a guild, if you don't have anybody boosting you or power like gearing you, you can just do this by yourself on your own time whenever you want and get 134 item level gear. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful.